Alright, what's up guys? In this video we're going to go over the safety gear that I wear when I ride and everything you need to look for when you're thinking about getting gear to ride trials, BMX, or even mountain biking. This is going to be kind of oriented around my style of riding, like street trials. So the number one thing that I wear is a helmet. Now you probably know the helmet that I wear, the brand is S1 that I wear. The reason I got this helmet is I used to ride a helmet that Triple Eight made. That helmet was fine until I actually hit my head in it, and I don't think I have the helmet down here, but long story short, I hit my head really hard in that helmet. It knocked me out and I went to the hospital and it was pretty bad. That helmet actually was uncertified, and I didn't know that helmets could be uncertified. So what it means is some helmets are certified and some aren't. The certified ones are actually certified against head injuries. This helmet is a certified helmet. It actually has foam inside it, unlike the Triple Eight one. The Triple Eight just had the outer shell and just had padding on the inside, so it wasn't actually very protective. I went to my local soccer store and I picked these up for like 10 bucks. They're just soccer shin guards made for soccer, and they're really light, but they're plastic, so they're not foam, and they're really comfortable. Now, the only problem with these is when you put them on your shins, they only cover this area. For like tail whips especially, I've learned that a lot of times your frame, your cranks, a lot of things hit the side of your leg. So a lot of times I would find myself like always shifting my pads, moving them to the side and wearing them like this, but then I'd have no protection here. So I almost wanted something that would cover the entire area of my leg to fully protect me. I got these. These I just had. These are like for karate. These are soft foam, and what I'll do is I'll take the soccer ones, slide those on, wear them forwards like they're supposed to go, and then slide these on the side so I'm protected on the side, so that way my whole leg is actually protected. The other thing that's really prone to getting injured is your ankles, especially if you don't have like high cut shoes. If your shoes are really low cut, then your ankles are really gonna take a beating. So these are ankle guards. Shadow makes these, like the BMX brand. These are like, I forget what the exact model is, but they're like ankle like brace slash ankle guards. They're supposed to give your ankles a little bit of support. I don't really feel like they give me much support, but they have some padding and they're really thin to where you don't really notice them, but they do have enough padding to where they will protect your ankles in case you do hit your ankles. So they just slide on like a sock and they work really well. I've only ridden with them a couple times, but so far I like them. So these are pretty good ankle guards that I would suggest getting. Alright, moving up the leg, I have knee pads. And again, these aren't BMX specific. These are actually for volleyball. Just slide them on. So I'll have my shin guards on covering my whole leg. I'll have my ankle guards on, and then I'll put my, well, first I'll put my knee pads on because you can't get the other stuff on. And I think these are really important, especially to protect yourself, mostly like from your bike, from hitting your stem. That hurts the most on your knees. If you have ever done that, you know how much that really hurts. So knee pads I think are really important to have. Alright, moving up to our elbows, I have elbow pads, and these are also Shadow elbow pads. These are just, they're relatively thin. They're pretty much the same type as the ankle guards that I have are, but these are, they slide onto your arms, and I really like them. I really don't like having really bulky pads, but I also don't like getting hurt. So these are kind of a nice medium between having pads but not having them be super bulky and noticeable. This was one really important thing that I'm glad I got. I'm not sure how much they're really gonna help if I'm really faced with the situation that they're supposed to protect. These are wrist braces, so you put them on like this and they can fit under your gloves, and basically you just put the strap around you like that, and there's like a rigid piece that goes across the back of your wrist that prevents your wrist from hyperextending, and that protects you if you land on your hands, because you always put your hands out so you don't break your face when you crash. It's supposed to save yourself from breaking your wrists. And I know, especially recently, I really hurt my wrist, so I made sure that I got something like this. These are relatively expensive, but as far as whether or not they're really going to work, I'm not too sure, but they definitely help, especially when you tighten them up a fair bit. It really feels like they're more rigid. You feel a lot more confident when you're wearing them. So I think they will help, but that's also something that I would definitely look into if you know you have a lot of wrist injuries. These are really important. And the last thing is gloves. I think gloves are pretty flexible as to what ones you can wear. I usually like to wear gloves just because I have bad experiences not wearing gloves. Whenever I, for some reason, am not wearing gloves, I always land on my hands and mess up my hands really bad. I usually just wear gloves whether it's the summer or the winter. I'll usually try to wear gloves. These ones, I'm not really sure what brand these are. I've had a lot of different brand gloves. I don't really have one specific brand that I prefer. What I do know is I like them to not have too much padding on the palm of your hand because I feel like it takes away from the feel of your grips. Now, one thing that you might not think is important, but these days I've noticed that it's actually kind of important to me, is my old gloves were like iPhone screen and like smartphone screen friendly to where you could use your smartphone with your gloves. But these ones aren't smartphone friendly, and I was trying to use them with my phone because I was so used to doing it with my old gloves, but they didn't work, and I found it really annoying when I'm trying to change music on my phone or look at a text message. They don't work on your phone, and it's really annoying having to take on and off your gloves whenever you want to use your phone. So that's the only thing that I find annoying. So if that's important to you, I would look into gloves that are iPhone or that are smartphone friendly. This is a lot of pads. Like, this is a lot of stuff to be wearing when you're out riding. Now, right now it's winter time. I live in Connecticut and it gets really cold here, so I can get away with wearing a lot of pads during this time of year. I know in the summer it gets really humid here, and it's just really hard to even wear shin guards. It's already like a big effort to wear pants just because you want to be protected, but it's super hot. Pretty much you gotta pick your battle as far as what stuff you want to wear, but for right now, all that stuff, I can wear all that stuff and be really comfortable. It just comes down to the temperature outside, whether or not I'm comfortable wearing that stuff. Hopefully this video was helpful. I know that some people wanted me to make a video of the safety gear that I wear, and I know when I was shopping for safety gear, I wanted to know what other people were using, so I didn't really see a video online of anyone talking about pads for street trials or anything really along those lines. So hopefully this video will help answer some questions that you might have had. Let me know down in the comments what videos you want me to make next, and as always, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.